Meeting to order, please. Notices of the meeting were forwarded to the Enquirer, Courier Post, Clerk of the Township, District website, and members of the Board of Education, posted in the Board of Education offices at 17 Ariel Road, Blenheim, New Jersey. Please note that this board meeting may be audio videotaped. Please stand for the flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Can I have a roll call, please?
Ms. Dentino, Mrs. Galnick, Ms. Gore, Mr. Hutchinson, Mrs. Maskey.
Here.
No.
Mr. Pildes.
Here.
Mr. Tercey.
Here.
Mrs. Henry.
Here.
Mrs. Johnson.
Here. Before we go into exec, can I get a motion, please, to approve 5.1A? So moved. Second. Thank you. Can we have a roll call, please?
Mrs. Maskey.
Yes.
Mr. Pildes.
Yes.
Mr. Tercey.
Yes.
Mrs. Henry.
Yes.
Mrs. Johnson.
Yes. Okay. Mr. Bilodeau, do you have an idea as to how long we will be?
Typically our executive sessions are an hour, but I would estimate that we would be in there probably 45 minutes before we return.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Actually, you need a motion in a second for executive.
Can I have a motion, please, for executive session? The vote. Second. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Maskey.
Yes.
Mr. Pildes.
Yeah.
Mr. Tercey.
Yes.
Mrs. Henry.
Yes.
Mrs. Johnson.
Yes. I'd like to bring this meeting back to order. Can we have a roll call, please?
Mrs. Maskey.
Here.
Mr. Pildes.
Here.
Mr. Tercey.
Here.
Mrs. Henry.
Here.
Mrs. Johnson.
Here. And I have the report to this of the superintendent, please.
Good evening, Mrs. Johnson, members of the board, members of the public. I wanted to ask the board for a consent resolution for items under item 4.1A through 4.1F. I would want the Board of Education to know that there's no section for comments from the public on agenda items. So if that's something that the board president would allow after that, or even before my recommendation.
Okay.
So I can pause if you want to allow that.
Okay.
Anyone has a question on the agenda items for personnel recommendations.
Okay. At this time, anyone have a question regarding anything on the agenda? Seeing none, thank you.
So you need a second.
Can I have a motion, please, for the report of the superintendent, 4.1?
So moved.
Second. Roll call, please. Oh, any questions? Comments?
I have one question. 4.0E as in elephant. Did Esther start today?
She did not, but the interim contracts for school business administrator, they are reviewed by the county superintendent. And to be date specific or logical, they want Mrs. Pennell to end on a fiscal year. That's why you see one contract for 1 month and then a second contract being asked for
Understood.
beginning July 1st. But no, she didn't do any work today.
Okay, so
We're just trying to
so are we
encapsulate the
editing?
whole month.
Got it. So are we editing to June 2nd or June 3rd, June 4th? Does she get paid salary, hourly, daily?
No, it's hourly. So she didn't work any hours today.
So Zippo.
0.
Got it.
Anyone else? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Maschke,
Yes.
Mr. Pillis,
Yes.
Mr. Tercey,
Yes.
Mrs. Henry,
Yes.
Mrs. Johnson.
Yes. Next is a report of the business administrator.
It's already been, we've already,
We have already addressed a 5.1,
yes.
and we've had a roll call for that also. Mr. Bilodeau, any new business?
Well, the new business, I would like to let everyone know that if they have a copy of tonight's agenda, item 5.0 new business, which is new number 5 should be 6, old business should be 7, and public comments 8, and the adjournment should be 9. My apologies for that numerical logic, but under new business, at the previous meeting on May 11th, the agenda of advertised board meetings for the 26-27 school year was tabled. I would ask not for the complete schedule, but to allow for business over the next 3 months. If I could ask the Board of Education to entertain an approval of an agenda to make the next meeting of the board July after the June 29th meeting, July 20th, 2026. It would be here in the administration building. It would begin at 6 p.m. August 17th, again in this building, starting at 6 p.m. And on September 21st, that would also begin at 6 p.m. here in the administration. So for July through September, if I could have a resolution, and we would have Mr. McCauley at least have those advertised so we could do business over the next 3 months. They are all Mondays. Need a motion in a second.
Can we get a motion, please?
Second.
Well, you gotta make a motion.
I thought you said motion a second. So moved.
Second. Okay, thank you. No roll call though.
You need to roll call.
Okay, can I have a roll call, please?
Mrs. Maschke,
Yes.
Mr. Pillis,
Yes.
Mr. Tercey,
Yes.
Mrs. Henry,
Yes.
Mrs. Johnson.
Yes. Okay, at this time, any old business, Mr. Bilodeau?
Well, since the new business has now been accomplished, Mrs. Johnson, you had previously spoke to officials at New Jersey School Boards Association for the district's goal setting.
Yes.
And so as under old business, I want to remind the Board of Education that on the July 20th, we will have goal setting. And so we may adjust the start time of that meeting. I will let the board know, but it
Okay.
probably suffices to say we'll start at 6 p.m. as we just spoke of. And no other old business.
Thank you.
Actually have something I wanted to add. I was hoping to make a motion for the request of the line by line budget items that we discussed previously so that the public and everybody can understand how and what the cuts were, because I think there's a lot of confusion with how the budget came out and what some of our changes are that aren't being clearly explained. So making a motion for a breakdown that I would hope to have within the next 2 weeks related to the budget and what's changed in each department, how those cuts are affecting the day to day.
Okay.
At this time, we'll do public comments. Anyone would like to speak, please? Yes.
Hello, everybody. My name is Jim Nash. I know many of you. I'm here in support of the 70 or so substitute teachers in this district, many who were too afraid to attend tonight's meeting in fear of losing their jobs. We're being told that their pay is going to be cut by almost 20%. And also the elimination of their vision and dental insurance. These substitute teachers are being asked to come back to work next year for $800 less a month and do the same work that they're doing today. In a time where everything seems to be rising, this administration feels it's suitable to ask 70 husbands, wives, fathers, mothers, most who are GT residents, to take a 20% cut so that they can make an arbitrary budget number. I wanted to make sure that this board was aware of this request / burden that is being put on these 70 teachers, teachers that our students and faculty rely on. Ask yourselves, how would you feel in this situation? When's the last time anybody on the administration has seen a reduction, let alone a 20% reduction? So I ask all of you that when you're presented with this vote in the next few weeks, months for the new pay rates, I ask you to please think about these 70 people who are part of our township. Thank you.
Yep. Would anyone else like to speak?
Good evening. Sorry, this is my first board meeting. My name is Tatiana Reynolds. I am a building sub at Ariel Elementary School. I am also here to speak on behalf of the subs in my building and in the district. As was mentioned, there is going to be a significant cut to our pay. Most of our subs, I've been here for 5 years, so I'm at the cap, which is $220 a day. But that is also before deductions from our pension, deductions for the medical insurance and dental and vision, as well as before taxes. Now, we received an email letting us know that even though they are getting rid of our dental and our vision, that our contributions are still going to be the same. So we are getting less money, but yet the district is still taking the same. So we just ask that you please not take away our pay. Please leave the caps where they are. Because $180 a day is not livable for the common person, especially with the rising cost of everything we have going on. Please keep us in mind. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else like to speak?
Hello, my name is Colleen Nash. I'm a substitute at Glen Landing. I just have a question about the contracts we were presented with. I made a few copies if anybody would want to see it as I speak about it. Highlighted some of the details. The ultimate question is, we are due to sign that by June 18th, when I don't think it's going to be voted on until at least June 29th. So if we sign this, which a lot of people will in fear of losing their jobs if they do not sign it, but if we sign it, it's not in support of the changes, it's just in fear of losing our employment. So I guess my question would be, do we go forward in signing this? And if we do we note maybe that this is not in support of the change, but it does say that we want to be employed still? We just were looking for a little bit of guidance with this.
Mr. Bilodeau, can you answer that, please?
I'll try. The last scheduled day of school for a lot of 10 months staff, including the substitute teachers, is the 18th. We just try to match, having responses in by the last day they left.
Okay.
So does that mean we sign it? Even though the rates aren't approved yet?
Could be.
'Cause it's either
If you want my advice, I would sign indicating that you intend to return. And if the board actions on the 29th are not favorable, then you can advise what.
Right.
you want to
I
do.
think the concern is more so that if we sign it, that it's not showing support for the pay rate change. Like, I don't know if you receive 70 contracts that are saying, yes, we will come back, if the board will look at that and think, okay, we're going to approve this because these people they don't have a problem with it. They're signing yes. So I feel like there's a discrepancy there where we do want to come back, but we're not okay with the change. We don't want to not sign it because we do want to come back. So it's like a rock and a hard place there.
My advice would be to sign it and footnote it that you're not in agreement with it. You can put some footnote regarding number 6 and the rates.
Okay.
But if you intend to return, the administration needs to know the number of subs. And if we don't have the complement of subs that we expect by building, then we would advertise and try to
Yeah.
backfill. So
Okay.
some of these things are operational, they're not rate specific.
Okay.
And if you have exceptions with the rate, recognize it's not until June 29th, which I told everybody. As a matter of course, we put that in June every year. So that would be my advice. If you indicate that you're returning, I don't know,
Okay. And then just a little footnote that it's just not in support of the change.
I would do that.
Okay. Thank
Okay.
you.
Anyone else like to speak?
Hi, I'm Teresa Saravia Sorto, from the Lilly area on Damon Drive, and I did a little chart. I put together, exactly what the building substitutes right now are looking at for next year, with the long-term substitutes and the contracted teachers. In a guess, I mean, I was generous. I said 60,000 as the minimum pay of a contracted teacher. I just have a couple. So I have been a long-term substitute for more than the years that we've been here, as getting our building substitutes. And this next year, we're going to be told as long-term substitutes, we do not have a building to call home, where we've gotten to know the kids, we've gotten to build rapport with them, we get to know them, we get to know the routines and the staff and everything. And next year, we're just going to be called and told, hey, show up at this school for this amount of time. Oh, then we get another one here. It's very unclear to us, and we're just a little concerned that we're not going to have that, familiarity that we had this year. Also, as long-term substitutes, I've asked this before. It's $220 a day. They're being generous, letting us stay there, and not cutting us. And there's an increase after 20 days in a long-term service. I was in a long-term service. I started the year off. I went to the kindergarten orientation and did that for $75. I did the whole beginning of the school year. Everything started, back to school night, orientations and everything. And then 20 days was up, and I just made my long-term pay rate, and I was in another position. And a couple weeks later, I went to another long-term position. I had to start all over my 20 days. I have actually been in my position over 120 days, and I love my class. I love my kids. I love, working with them and learning all the new things. But if you look at what a regular teacher who has a degree, which I do too, they get a 60,000 salary, and they get about $45 an hour, where I'm getting $35 an hour, but I'm doing the same exact things. I'm grading, parent contacts, I'm lesson plans, I'm trying to go to the meetings, I'm supporting other things that are going on in the building. I come to art nights, I show up for my kids' games. I'm supportive. And then I had a couple questions at the bottom, questions that they brought up for the building subs. Like, do they stay for in-services like they have this year? Do they leave when students leave? Are we going back to that old way? Do they get paid for staying late for covering buses? Because that's something that's always questionable with the principals. And then, are we getting the PTO days? 5 a year? Are we still getting our pension? That's not listed in our contracts. So I just wanted to kind of make sure that those things are in there. The contract I don't want to sign until I make sure we get those points. So just something for you to kind of look at. I mean, I roughly drafted this on everything that I know, but I wanted to share that with you.
Okay, thank you. I do have a question, though. You had said that you did the long term, and then you went to another long term. Was
Mhm.
that consecutive days?
There was like a lull in between where
Okay.
I got to, shadow the teacher for a little while and stuff, or I just a couple days not. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
And there has been some times where I have gone right into another one.
Okay.
Maybe there's like 2 or 3 days or
Okay.
nothing. I've done several long terms.
Okay, thank you for this. We will have somebody take a look at it. You want to take that for? Okay, great. Anyone else like to speak? All right, seeing none, this portion is closed. And can I get a motion to adjourn? So moved.
Wait, board member comments.
Oh, I'm so sorry. That's not on the agenda.
Oh, another flaw?
Now that one was purposeful too.
All right.
I-
Mr. Pildes, go
I
right
had the
ahead.
privilege of going to the Union Valley, um, the teachers requested that I attend the Union Valley autism program and see what they do and actually do. And so I was invited after the last board meeting, graciously accepted. It was very informative. Their needs are there. There is definitely a strong need there. I got a tour of the building. The principal invited me back. I did know some things. I got my eyes open on others. But yeah, I was aware of special ed needs, but it was a nice visit that was communicated both ways. It wasn't a one-sided us versus them kind of thing. It was very open arms welcome me in to say, look what we have to deal with. So special ed teachers, autism program is phenomenal and we do a nice job. We do a nice job. The cost is killing me, but we do a nice job. We also got invited to the parent luncheon, also held by Union Valley for some
For Council of Schools.
Council of Schools, and we got to hear the parents' perspective of how much the general public parents come into our schools and do their fundraisers, their PTOs, they're a nice backbone of the community. And if you don't appreciate your community you're living in, you get to see an eye-opening of the generosity of their time, their talent, their treasures, and it was very well received. And the principals were there as well, so they got to share an interaction of ideas. So it was a beautiful luncheon hosted by Miss Elwell's school at that team, and shout out to Union Valley again. They had a nice program, but I did want to thank them for inviting me in 2 times this month.
Okay. Anyone else?
Yeah, I have something. Before we meet again, school will end. So, thoughts and prayers for the parents dealing with the children that you guys had to deal with for 180 days. I have 3. So keep me in your thoughts. But I wanted to really thank the individuals who reached out to myself and other members of the board with their concerns that are truly valued. Speaking as somebody who takes things very seriously, we only know what we know, right? I would hope that everything that we are presented with is the full and honest to God, truth without any filters. There are some statements that, we don't ask questions or we don't know. I can tell you that the majority of this board definitely does ask questions. But at the same time, I feel sometimes it's like a game of Tetris of knowing the right questions to ask and not knowing exactly the right words to ask in the exact sequence to get the answer. But we can only be better together if we all come together. And if this room is packed month after month, don't just stop coming because your concern is over. Keep coming and hold us accountable and ask questions because that is the only way this district can succeed and be better. So keep it up and thank you for coming out.
Anyone else? Okay, at this point, can I have a motion to adjourn, please?
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Hi.
Aye. Thank you very much for coming out.